Hey, Elena, do you want some coffee?
Oh no, thanks. I'll stick to the original.
That's a good one, I know.
Hi there! Today we'll talk about a new discovery that's going to help reduce gender segregation in the workplace, and we're going to share ways for you to keep your candidates warm throughout the recruiting process. Welcome back to the Tea on Recruiting, where we share insightful and thought-provoking content that can help you shape your recruiting career. Here's today's first piece of content. We recently stumbled upon a new research by ESADE and Linköping University that's going to rock your socks off. We read the Trojan Horse Mechanism, how network-based recruitment can reduce gender segregation. And here are our notes. We used to think that labor markets were bound to become more segregated because people with similar characteristics tend to agglomerate at certain workplaces. But previous research had overlooked the importance of restricted opportunities. So the Trojan Horse Mechanism predicts something like this. Let's assume that I, female, am a minority in a company where mostly males work at. Now, if I leave, the members of the majority group, so males, are likely to follow. So an initially segregating move can start a chain of desegregating moves. So if you're a recruiter and you want to increase diversity and change the gender balance in the workplace, you shouldn't just look at the gender of the candidates you're thinking about recruiting, but at the gender composition in the workplace where they used to work before. And now, are you ready for our second article? As a recruiter, you very well know what a headache it can be to keep your candidates warm throughout the recruiting process. We read an article about it, and here's the tea.
Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No!
So imagine this. You have a bunch of candidates in your funnel, and you're struggling to find a way to handle communication with them. You might tell them that you're going to reach out when you have news, but that's just not good enough. So what you should do is set up reminders to communicate with your candidates in their post-interview stage, even on those days in which you don't have any news. Actually, especially on those days in which you're chasing down hiring managers trying to find what they think of the candidates and you feel like this whole process is going to be pointless. The article shares an email sample that you can use, so let's read it.
Dear X, I hope your week is going well. I wanted to check in and let you know that I'm still gathering feedback after your interview with the search committee. It may take a few more days to hear from all the search committee members, and I didn't want you to think that I had forgotten about you. You may have questions for me, and I hope you let me know if that is the case. I will be in touch as soon as the search committee's feedback is complete, but I am always happy to answer your questions in the meantime. Thanks, and have an outstanding day. Yours.
And now, onto the Candy Crash.
Candy Crash.
The more barbaric your treatment of candidates, the more demonic the reviews on your Glassdoor page. Shout out to a company we won't name. Let's see what you did wrong.
Horrible. It was all automated. First, during the application process online, they made me complete a personality test that took over 40 minutes. 1 week later, I got contacted to do a video interview. I had to dress up and answer questions and was not given enough time to think to answer them as I was being recorded. There were practice questions, but none of them were actually the real ones. I have an MBA, 15 years of sales experience, and extensive experience selling jewelry and appraising high-end jewelry. I was not even given the opportunity to have a face-to-face interview.
Now, it's important to say that this is a review from 2019. So that was pre-COVID, and it would have been, in fact, possible to have a face-to-face interview. One last thing is the interview question that they listed. Please tell me a time when you had to ask another question to get the answer to another question that you had asked and did not get the answer you wanted. Got something to say about this? Drop a comment in the section below. We'd love to pick your brains. Help us get better at helping you get better with your help. If you have any idea on themes that we should touch upon or dive deeper into, why don't you reach out to me and let us know? You can find me on LinkedIn as Elena Galli or send me an email at elena@start.com. We'd love to know what interests you the most. As you know, you can get access to these episodes 48 hours before anyone else and more amazing content by subscribing to our newsletter. And you're going to be finding it linked below or at start.com/newsletter. Thank you for watching the Tea on Recruiting. Take care and see you soon.